So you've decided to tie the knot. Congratulations. Now you got to decide if you want to combine your digital life with your partners. The Washington Post Tatum Hunter took on that dilemma in a new article called Married on Your Parents' Cell Plans. Tatum, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a really interesting topic, too. So talk about which digital accounts couples may need to choose between.
Oh man, buckle up. The average online adult in the US, I learned, has more than 150 digital accounts. So if you're trying to decide whether to combine things like Amazon, Netflix, music streaming, your investment apps, maybe even your bank account, you're kind of just scratching the surface of this digital footprint that we all have.
Absolutely. So what are the benefits of combining digital accounts?
So you're going to save money, right? For example, paying for 2 Amazon Primes is going to cost more than paying for 1 Amazon Prime. It also might get easier to coordinate. Some people told me that they like a shared Google account because they can see each other's calendars, and of course, you can share Google calendars with other people too. And then last, you might just kind of feel some togetherness, right? Like, this is our bank account, and I guess that's a reason why people choose to combine their finances all the time.
Right. But there are also some inherent risks and maybe, jeopardizing your relationship if you get in too deep or if you're too private about what you are willing to share.
Totally. So there's the kind of on the surface risks, like you could get divorced, your partner could pass away. And that might make it tricky to have accounts that are tied to their name or that you share. But then also there's, like you said, some inherent risk in living a totally separate digital life from this person, because if something happens to them, you don't have access to important accounts in their life, or maybe you just hurt their feelings.
So what did you uncover specifically when it comes to phone plans?
So I found that we all know that millennials and Gen Xers being on their parents' phone plans into adulthood happens all the time. But what I found as I talk to people is that this continues after people get married. The term family plan is kind of a hilariously vague term here, because it's like, which family? My family of origin or my new one? And I think in many cases, people choose to just stick with the phone plans that they have been rolling with.
All right. So what would you advise for couples when they start trying to figure out which digital accounts to combine?
So first, make sure that you're not paying for anything goofy. You can, if on your Apple phone, for example, if you click on your iCloud account, you can see all of your subscriptions, listed out, and then you can cancel the ones that you don't use. This happens all the time, where we say yes to stuff and then we forget and then we keep paying for it. So first, do that. Then sit down with your partner and figure out if there's kind of some easy wins for saving money with your digital subscriptions or accounts. One personal finance expert pointed out to me that if it causes logistical or emotional pain, don't do it, right? You don't have to share a Spotify if you hate this person's music. And how much you share digitally doesn't say much about your marriage, right? Whether it's successful. How much you talk about it and how much you're willing to accommodate that person's kind of deepest desires for autonomy versus togetherness. That really does, and that's what's important.
Well, it's interesting how technology suddenly becomes relationship advice. So what advice would you give folks about sharing these passwords in your digital life?
My advice, I'm going to kind of parrot what an expert at the Gottman Institute, a marriage research organization, said to me, which is that if you and your partner have a moment of conflict about your digital lives, why don't you ever share me on Instagram? Why don't you give me the password to your Gmail? Take a second and put on your Nancy Drew hat and figure out what's swirling beneath the surface, because it's not about the Instagram. It's not about the Gmail. Figure out what that person's more foundational desire is. For example, autonomy or privacy or togetherness, and figure out how you can meet that need of theirs and communicate about it without making them feel goofy, but also finding something that works for both of you.
The Washington Post Tatum Hunter, thank you so much. Great piece.
Thank you.